Shalom, Yasharallah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Kol Hala, Hawa La Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, all praises, glory to Yahweh, Hallelujah, praise Yahweh. And saying that, learn and understand what you worshiping and understand what this political game is about when y'all watch these media outlets. Because at the end of the day, what you're looking at in the media, political events, is all politically related. Understand? Because see, you have to understand that these politicians are playing out Yahweh prophecies. You understand me? And then saying that, we're gonna go straight to the first book of Peter. And let's go to 1 Peter 4:7. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand, and all things is at hand, meaning all material matter, this lifestyle of this world, society, all going to come to a close. You understand me? Let's go to the book of 1 John 2. Let's get 1 John 2, and then we're going to go ahead on 1 John 2, then we're going to go ahead into the book of Isaiah. And we're going to go to Isaiah 65, and then we're going to go to verse 17. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. And it's talking about sex, the lust of the flesh, talking about not only just the sex, talking about material matters of covenantness, the covenants of material matters. See, so whatever the eyes see, the eyes want, the flesh want. So it's basically talking about all material matters. You understand me? Because see, when you go back to Yahweh's covenant in Genesis 25, Esau represents the physical nature, material matters of this world, and that material matters of this world will come to a close. You understand me? Because the material matters of this world are corrupt. You understand? See, understand that there's a lot of things y'all need to learn and understand. Okay? And the church and a lot of spiritual leaders, religious believers, it's not the teacher. You understand me? You okay? It is what it is. Let's read that again. 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And the love of the Father is not in you if you love this world. Why? Because this world ideology and the philosophical view violates and make a mockery out of Yahweh God. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Let's finish up. Let's read that again. 16. 1 John chapter 2 verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And understand that pride of life. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Okay, and that's that positions and title, fame, okay, prestige, property. All that is not of Yahweh God. All that is of man and the material matters. And that material matter will come to a close. Because see, understand, in the 6 days when he created the heavens and the earth, he created in their time. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Verse 17. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. See, so the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is soon going to pass away. You understand me? Isaiah 65 verse 17. For behold, I create a new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall be, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. Meaning the lifestyle that we live in this age will not even come to mind. Meaning that all society as a whole, the planet Earth, the universe, all going to come to a close. Or should I say another Big Bang Theory is going to take place. You understand me? It is what it is. All right. So let's go back now to finish up. First Peter, chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober. Listen. Be ye therefore sober. Now, in this instance, he's now talking about alcohol. But he uses alcohol as an analogy to make that point. You understand me? See, so when he's saying being sober, he's not talking about AA. Okay? When he's saying sober, he means your mind is concentrated on the commandments. Or I should say biblical prophecies. You understand me? Your mind is focused on biblical prophecy. See, to be sober-minded is not to be intoxicated. You understand me? Because see, if you drink and you come drunk, you're intoxicated, right? See, and a lot of you all are intoxicated over doctrines. Because see, y'all believe in Scientology, y'all believe in the Big Bang Theory, y'all believe in evolution, y'all believe that America is still going to last. A lot of you all believe this, a lot of you all believe that. And a lot of you all are drunk because y'all don't know what to believe, so you're not stable. You understand me? Hey, hey, it is what it is. See, so y'all not stable in y'all practices of worshiping. See, so when it comes to your spiritual belief, y'all not stable. Y'all run to this doctrine, y'all watch this video, then y'all watch this person, then y'all run to this video, and y'all everywhere. But you're not founded. You understand me? You're not grounded in truth. You understand? It is what it is. In fact, let me get Ephesians. Let's go over to the book of Ephesians. What, 4 and 17? Let me get Ephesians 4 and 17, and then we're going to go into the book of James 1 and 8. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13. Till we all come into the unity of faith and the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh. Now let's read that again. Till we all come in the unity of faith and the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh. And that faith is that belief. And that knowledge is biblical prophecy. You understand me? Believing and having faith in biblical prophecy. Believing and having faith that the promises of Abraham was established in Yahweh Shai. Because he came and fulfilled the promises that were established in Abraham. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's read that again. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13. Till we all come into the unity of faith and the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh, unto perfect man, unto the measures of stature, the fullness of Christ. Meaning that when we come into that unity, when we come into that fullness, divine nature, you understand me? Walking in biblical prophecy. You understand? Talking about that divine nature, because see, understand, the prophecies of Yahweh are divine because they come directly from Yahweh God. Okay? Hey, it is what it is. To finish up, verse 14. That we henceforth be no more children. Listen. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine. And a lot of you all are carried by every wind of doctrine, because y'all watch this YouTube video, y'all watch this person video, y'all watch this video, and y'all watch this documentary, and y'all watch this, and then at the end of the day, you all are stable and you all are confused. You understand me? Because you lack understanding in this area, you lack understanding in this area, you lack understanding in this area due to the fact of your unbelief. You understand me? Because see, when it comes to biblical scriptures, you have to be in the divine nature. You can't be in the philosophical nature, because the philosophical nature of man is corrupt. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand, you can't be like children. And like how kids, they run over here for ice cream. Then somebody say, yo, then y'all run over here, and then y'all run over here. Y'all running, so y'all not stable. You understand me? So you don't know what to believe, because one day you believe this, 6 months later you believe that, a year later you don't believe none of it, Now you're a Muslim. Okay, after being a Muslim, now you're a Christian. You know what I mean? So y'all switch up. You understand? It is what it is. Let's read verse 13 again. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 13. Till we all come into the unity of faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahweh, unto a perfect man, unto the measures of the stature of the fullness of Christ, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and the cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. And they crafty and the cunningness is talking about the doctrine that they talking. Because see, you have to understand, a lot of people quote the scriptures, right? Yet once they quote the scriptures, they add their own philosophical ideology to it. You understand me? Let me give you an example. Like when you go back to the 1500s, right, when the church split, because you had the Greek and Roman philosophers revisit the scriptures. You understand me? It's called replacement theology. That period of the Renaissance in the 1400s was known as the humanism. You understand me? See, so y'all have to understand, these Greek and Roman philosophers, they shape the way how we view money, God, and materialism. See, a lot of them doctrines that y'all are into stands from the Christian church of the 1500s. You understand me? Because of the split. Okay, like you got the Salvationists. Okay, what's his name? Booth, that started the Salvation Army. Then you got the Jehovah's Witnesses. You understand me? See, so you got Christianity. It's one religion, but you got different beliefs of Christianity. So therefore, you all are drunk. You all run to here and fro. You understand me? When crafting is verse 15. But speaking in the truth in love may grow up into all things, which is the head, even Yahweh Shai, even Christ. Meaning speaking the truth in love. Now when he said that truth, he's talking about biblical prophecy. Speaking biblical prophecy and love biblical prophecy, because love is the keeping of the commandments. So you love Yahweh God by keeping biblical prophecy, by that belief in biblical prophecy. You understand me? Listen to what Christ said in his prayer. Let's go to John 17 and 8. John chapter 17, verse 8. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known, listen, and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed, listen, and they have believed that thou didst send me. Because see, understand, this is about belief, not about your nationality, not about having knowledge. This is about belief in biblical prophecy. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right, let's go to James. Let's get to James 1 and 8. I was holding, right? James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And a lot of you all are unstable when it comes to y'all belief in practicing a worshiping of that deity that y'all believe in. You understand me? Y'all stumble. Y'all drunk because y'all believe, okay, let me give you an example. Y'all believe in God. Y'all believe in a Jesus who don't exist, right? But y'all believe in Jesus, right? Now, you all believe in Jesus, but yet, when it comes time to exercise that belief in Jesus, what happened? Y'all go straight to the philosophy, governance system of man. Y'all run straight to that. You understand me? Because y'all don't believe. And a lot of people die in titles. God, Lord, Jesus, Savior, all those ain't nothing but titles. You understand me? And a lot of people that do believe, they die in the titles. They don't make it into the kingdom. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Because why? Y'all are unstable. So by y'all being unstable, y'all idol worship and die in idolization. So when it come time for y'all eyes to close for good, many Christians, many believers, they die in idol worshiping. Hey, it is what it is, okay? See, so you have to understand these things. Let's finish up. Let's go back. 1 Peter chapter 4. Oh, Salaki. Oh, I'm in 2 Peter. Salaki, y'all. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Now, when it says watch, you have to know what to watch. And the church don't teach you on what to watch. So what happened is that y'all fall victim to the system when these events take place. And when these events take place, you die outside of your faith and belief. You understand me? It is what it is, all right? See, so that's what y'all have to understand, is to watch. And y'all have to know what to look for. You understand? That's why I constantly put y'all into politics and religion. You understand me? Because y'all have to watch. Okay, you understand? See, so therefore you all have to watch. Let's go to Romans. Before I get into that, let's go to Romans 12 and 3 right quick. Romans chapter 12, verse 3. For I say, though the grace be given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly. Listen, but to think soberly, according as Yahweh have dealt to every man the measures of faith. And it's talking about being sober-minded, focusing on the commandments, focusing on Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is the commandments. You understand me? Hey, hey, it is what it is. Understand? Okay, see, so you have to watch these events. You understand me? Watch and pray. Why? Because these events is going to come to pass. So you have to look for these events. And a lot of you all don't know what to look for. So as a result, y'all die outside of y'all faith and die to the system of Illuminati. Y'all fall victim to the mark of the beast. You understand me? For the lack of understanding. Okay? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you have to watch. Let's go back and finish up Peter. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. See, so you have to watch. And you have to be sober-minded, not have all these doctrines and video games that y'all are into. Because y'all have to stay focused on what's about to take place, because these events will come to pass. Do you understand me? Let's go to Matthew 24, and let me get 3. Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? See, that sign is played out politically and astronomically. You understand me? Because see, understand the end of the world is based on these events. I just did a video about that. The kingdom of Yahweh God is based on these events. Why? Because these events are going to bring about the end of the world. You understand me? And Yahweh prophecies are played out through the politicians' agenda. Do you understand me? See, so y'all have to watch out for these things. Not only the political part and the astronomical part, but you also have to pay attention to religion. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Y'all have to pay attention to religion. Why? Because when it comes to worshiping, is an act of obedience. And understand that the world ideology, philosophy goes against Yahweh God. See, so understand these religions that y'all are into, whether they are Abrahamic or not, they are paganism worshiping. So what happened is that although you believe in God, yet you die in idol worshiping. Because a lot of you all idol worship. Anything outside of the commandments is idol worshiping, it's sorcery and witchcraft. When you go to 1 Samuel 15 and I think 22 or 23, one of those verses. You understand me? Hey, it is rebellion is like a sin and witchcraft, the lifestyle of iniquity. Because what happened is y'all believe in God, but y'all twisting y'all being Yahweh words to suit your lifestyle of living, your philosophical living, to to complete your philosophical views of life. So y'all twist the scriptures into your own destruction and y'all die outside of y'all faith. Okay? And number two, y'all have to understand, and I did a video about this, your life, your belief system, it's already been written. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, there's a lot of things y'all lack understanding of, and it's not being taught. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so those signs shows that Yahweh himself is coming. Okay, and you have to watch these signs. You understand me? Hey, you have to watch these signs. It is what it is. Let's go to Luke 21 and 36. Luke 21 verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. And when you stand before the Son of Man, it's talking about receiving salvation from the cataclysmic political, astronomical events that's going to take place. These are the things that y'all have to watch for. Politically, when y'all looking at CNN, MSNBC, Roland Martin, T.Y, Fox, the left-wing media outlets, and the Democratic outlets. Y'all have to understand, okay? Hey, it is what it is. And what you have to watch out for are astronomical events. Because see, understand, Apophis about to pass through. I'm gonna do a remake of that video because I did a video about Apophis about like a year ago. But understand, I'm gonna redo it. But understand, Apophis is passing through beneath the satellites, coming close. About it's gonna come about like 19,000 miles from the Earth, and the Earth gravity is gonna nudge it. You understand me? So now they want to know or want to try to figure out with data, because you have a marginal keyhole about 400 to 500 miles from the satellites and from the Earth. In between, you have a space, okay, and that called a gravitational keyhole, to where if it goes through that keyhole, the middle or the bottom, it's just enough gravity to put it into Earth at orbit, and 7 years later, it's going to hit the Earth. You understand me? Because see, understand, the Earth been hit with comets. The Earth been hit with asteroids. This ain't nothing new when you go into the history. That's why we don't live in no glass, okay? And the Earth is not flat, for all you flat earthers. Because I got something for your ass too, okay? Because the Earth is round, not flat, and we don't stand no damn glass, okay? But y'all don't understand the firmament, okay? One dude at my job called this homeboy from another state about the firmament, and I had to break that down. Okay, then we'll break that down to me, because you're going back into Genesis, the first chapter. Okay, see, so he don't have no knowledge, so he just going off of philosophical views. He not going off the divine knowledge. You understand me? Because the truth is not for everybody, because everybody don't believe despite of them having knowledge. You understand me? So you have to watch these things. Let's get Luke 21 and 25. Luke 21 verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And those signs are astronomical signs, astronomical events that's going to take place. And upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. And that distress and perplexity are political events that's going to take place. Economically as well. You understand me? Because economically and militarily all falls into the politics. Politically. You know what I'm saying? You understand me? Because you got domestic and foreign policies, okay? That's in place. You understand me? And the sea and waves roaring. And the sea and the waves roaring is talking about those cataclysmic events. Not only just tsunamis, but intensified hurricanes. Do you understand me? And heavy amount of rainfall. Okay, like in I think last year, and because you know how I think the winds with El Nino with one of them being in, and the Caribbeans and South America and the Yucatan Peninsula, all of them was hit heavily with heavy rains, and in California you having more heavy rains, and in across the state of Florida you having more heavy rains. Okay, and then you got the water rising because of the melt of the glaciers, due to the fact of that not just the earth heating up, but then you have the cosmic rays and radiation that's coming through our ozone, because we have holes in the ozone. See, understand that that Green New Deal is to stop the end of the world, because that Green New Deal deals with astronomical things, and we're going to get into that. But understand, the church, through the C4 Charter, the church is not designed to teach you what's really taking place politically. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right, so you have to watch these events, because all these events are going to come to pass. You understand? Verse 26. Men hath failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. See, so a lot of people fear what's going to take place, especially when that asteroid talking about passing by, Apophis. You understand me? And then you have other asteroids, what? I think several years ago that hit, it came from the sun. They didn't detect it because it came from the angle of the sun. And it came in the angle in the earth atmosphere. It went through and it busted in Russia. Not the that created that burst, but that recently happened in a few years. I think what, a few 3-4 years. That asteroid hit Russia and it blew out all the windows because it exploded in the air because it came at an angle. You understand me? See, so understand these astronomical events is going to trigger these cataclysmic events. You understand me? Understand that all these events are biblically related. You understand me? What taking place cataclysmically is all biblically related. Y'all have to understand these things, you know, but yet y'all not taught these things. So y'all lack understanding. So what I talk to you, y'all lack understanding. So what happened is that y'all rather stick to the physical knowledge, which is that at the end of the day, that physical knowledge don't teach you what you worship. You understand me? That physical knowledge don't teach you what this political game is about and how it all relates biblically. Because you all don't know the Bible. You think you know it because you go to church, watch Jenkins, or watch a couple of Israelites and other videos and shit like that. But you really don't know the Bible. So therefore, all these videos that y'all watch, you drunk. Because you like a child. You running this video, running that video, running this video, running that. So you're not stable. It is what it is, see? So you don't know what to watch for because you got your brain, your mind is intoxicated with different doctrines and ideology of man. Okay? And the commandments, statutes, and ordinance is not on your mind. You understand? Hey, it is what it is, okay? Verse 26, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Now, when you're talking about the powers of the heavens going to be shaken, it's not talking about the cosmos. Okay, the sun, the moon, and the stars. What you're talking about is the earth. Okay, because you're going to have a cataclysmic event that's going to take place that's going to make the earth shake. You understand me? It is what it is, and that's called that great quake. You understand me? And that great quake is going to take place. And that's a cataclysmic event that's triggered by the astronomical events. You understand me? That's going to take place. And in fact, let's get let me go into the book of Isaiah 24, I think. Let me get Isaiah 24 and 20. Isaiah 24, verse 20. The earth shall rear to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed. Do you understand me? Let's read that again. The earth shall rear to and fro like a drunken, and shall be removed like a cottage. You understand me? And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And he's talking about the sins of man, to where the pride of man is not going to rise, it's going to fall. Do you understand me? Because the end of all material matters is at hand, because in the 6 days Yahweh created the heavens and the earth. He created in his time. Do you understand me? So the world is going to shake. We're going to hold that. Let's go to the book of Haggai, I believe, right? get Haggai 2 and 6. Haggai chapter 2, verse 6. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land. And there you go. What he's talking about is he going to shake the heavens, meaning that the earth is going to shake. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Now let's read that again. For Haggai chapter 2, verse 6. For thus said the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea. And when you shake the heavens and the earth, or when you shake the earth, you're talking about a tsunami that's going to take place. A tsunami. It is what it is. All right? Understand this. Oh, where was that? And the sea and the dry land. And I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come. And I will fill this house with glory, said the Lord of hosts. And the house is talking about the earth, the kingdom. The kingdom is going to be filled with the commandments, because Yahweh Shai came and established a divine governance system. So the Gentiles are going to come and learn these commandments, and y'all going into slavery. And in the end of the day, in the kingdom, the Israel, the elect of Israel, and the Gentiles, the enslavement of the Gentiles, both going to keep the commandments. You understand me? How it was supposed to be in the beginning. Because see, when Israel left Egypt and received those laws, statutes, and ordinances, they were supposed to exercise commandments over the Gentiles. You understand me? Because the world made for Israel to rule, and we're going to rule in that next kingdom. Okay? Because this kingdom right now is corrupt. You understand me? So y'all got to learn to understand about Yahweh Shai, his birth and prophecy. Okay? There's a lot of things that's not being taught. Okay? So y'all lack understanding thereof. You understand me? And the nations, he's going to shake them nations to where the cataclysmic political events going to take place, and then they're going to come and know and understand that he exists through his creation. You understand me? They're going to know that, yeah, he do exist. They're going to know and understand that there is no Jesus. He don't exist. Buddha, that what they do with the fat stomach, he don't exist. That star, 6-point star, 5-point star, David, Seal of Solomon ain't going to save you. Do you understand me? Because they're going to know that he exists. In fact, I'm going to hold that, you know, that he exists. We're going to hold Isaiah 24. And let's go to Isaiah, let's go to, we in the book of Isaiah, let's go to 29 and 6. Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with an earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of a devouring fire. Do you understand me? Because he exists through this creation, right? See, so he exists through the all that he had made. You understand me? So through these cataclysmic events, he exists. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's go over to Isaiah 30 and 30. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 30. And the Lord shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show lightning down his arm, with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstorm. Okay, and those are events that's going to take place, and those are cataclysmic events. Do you understand me? Let's go get one more. Let's go to Psalm 77. And I think let's get 18. Psalm 77 verse 18. The voice of thy thunder was in the heavens, that lightened the earth, and the earth trembled and shook. The way is in the sea, and the path in the great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. Because when those tsunamis come, that be Yahweh God walking in the waters on the earth. So when he stomp, you don't know those tsunamis go all through the four corners of the earth when he steps, so you don't know what path that the Lord Yahweh God is walking. Because he comes through his creation. He exists through his creation. So when these events take place, a lot of people are going to wake up and understand that he exists. They're going to wake up and understand that there ain't no such thing as Jesus. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's finish up. Let's go back to Luke 21 and let's finish up 27. Luke 21 verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift your heads up, for your redemption draweth nigh. See, so you have to look up at these things. Why? Because Yahweh is coming through these events, because he exists through these events. You understand me? So you have to watch these events that's unfold. Okay? Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Okay, see, so you have to watch these astronomical events. You understand? Man, let's go to the book of Matthew. And let's get 24. Let's get Matthew 24 and 24. Matthew 24 verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs. Listen. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonder, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Meaning that those doctrines in this time are so strong to where they can deceive the elect, but it's not going to deceive the elect. Why? Because the elect believe in biblical prophecy. The elect were chosen long before the foundation of the world. The elect believed in that truth long before it was established. You understand me? Let me get 2 Thessalonians. Let's get 2 Thessalonians 2 and 13. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because Yahweh have from the beginning, listen, Yahweh have from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. Meaning that when he called, they believe he exists. You understand me? And they were chosen. See, so if it was possible, the elect could be deceived, but they won't be deceived. Do you understand me? Let's get John. Let me go into the book of John, what I believe 10 and 29. John chapter 10 verse 29. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. Why? Because they believe in biblical prophecy and they were chosen long before the foundation of the world. Do you understand me? You were chosen, Lord. You know what I mean? Let's go into the book of Deuteronomy, and let's get 33, and let's go to verse 3. Deuteronomy 33 verse 3. Yea, he loved the people, all his saints are in thy hand, and they sat down at thy feet. Everyone shall receive of thy word. Meaning that they're in the hands of Yahweh, they're in the hands of Yahweh Shai, so they're not going to be deceived. Yet them how strong these doctrines are. You understand me? They're going to be that strong. Let's get 1 Timothy, I believe. Let's get 1 Timothy 4 and 1. 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time, listen, that in the latter time some shall depart from faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with their hard iron. Meaning they speaking lies, they not speaking the truth. Although they quoted the scripture, but they speaking in the philosophy of man. They speaking in the commandments, the ideology of man. So therefore they are false. You understand me? It is what it is. Okay, see, so we're in the last days, and the Spirit going to speak expressly. And that Spirit that's going to speak that physical spirit of man. Because you have two spirits. You have the spirit of the world, which is of man, and you have the spirit of Yahweh God. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Because when you go back to what? Daniel 12 and 10, I believe, I think, what? Daniel 12 and 10, many shall be purified and made white and tried. The wicked shall do wickedly, but the wise shall understand. Why? Because the wise going to understand that these biblical prophecies coming to pass. The wise going to understand that he exists through his creation. You understand me? Let's go back to John 9 and 39. John chapter 9 verse 39. And Yahweh Shai said, for judgment I have come into this world, that they which see might see, and that they which see might be made blind. See, you understand me? It is what it is, okay? See, so you have to understand. You have to watch these religious leaders. You have to watch what's taking place in the Catholic Church, because they control all Abrahamic religions. And a lot of these politicians are Catholic. Do you understand me? So you have to watch it. Let's get 2 Corinthians. Let me get 2 Corinthians 11. Well, let me get 2 Corinthians 11 and 13. Second Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13. For such as false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into the angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also to be transformed as the minister of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you're gonna have false prophets and deceitful workers. They're gonna deceive you through these through their message. Okay, like a lot of these pastors and these religious leaders, they deceive y'all when they on the pulpit. You understand? Y'all are deceived through a lot of these some Israelite videos, but y'all are deceived through religion. Y'all are deceived because y'all like understanding of what this is about, because life is based on politics and religion. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right. Let's finish up. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13. For as such false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Christ. See, so you're going to have people that believe in Yahweh God, but they don't, because they don't believe in the gospel. So what happens is that they're going to quote scriptures, and then they're going to come to the philosophy of man. See, so you have to be taught, and you have to know and understand biblical scriptures, okay? Because if it's possible, the elect is going to be deceived. You understand me? But the elect is not going to be deceived, but yet that's how strong and powerful those doctrines are. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get let's go to the book of Matthew 7 and 15. Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Be aware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ravening wolves. See, so they come in that sheep clothing. They come into the scriptures. Yet you can tell by the doctrines that come out of their mouth. You understand me? You can tell when they exercise their belief. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Like a lot of you all, you tell that they false. Why? Because they tell you they worship Yahweh God on the Saturday and the Sunday. And the Saturday and Sunday are based on the planetary system. You understand me? It's not regulated off the moon. You understand me? It's regulated off the pagan calendar. Hey, it is what it is. Let's go back to Matthew 24, right? Where we at? And let's go up to verse 11. Matthew 24, verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And when they're talking about iniquity, he's talking about twist and bend that lifestyle. See, so y'all gonna twist and bend that lifestyle where to it's cold. See, if something cold is hard, right? It's frozen. And y'all gonna be frozen in that ideology. Y'all gonna be frozen in that philosophical view. You understand me? It is what it is, okay? And many false prophets that's not gonna tell the truth, and they're gonna be stuck. like GMS, right? Even the elders of GMS and a lot of Israelite camps, they are cold when it comes to the birth of Yahweh Shai, because GMS, Sakari, ISUPK all don't believe that Mary and Joseph had sex, physical sex. They don't believe in biblical prophecy. That's why my videos and how I speak are different from the Israelites. Yeah, I speak the same Israelite doctrines that they speak. Yeah, it's not about the physical nationality heritage of Israel, because he put it into that heritage. It's about the elect of that nationality. It's about the belief in biblical prophecy. You understand me? It is what it is. Let me hold that. Let me go to Luke. Let me get down Luke 1:68 right quick. Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. Now let's go down to verse 72. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore unto our father Abraham. Okay, see, so Yahweh Shai came and fulfilled the promises that were established to Abraham, those biblical prophecies. And this is what this is about, that belief in biblical prophecy. That goes back to John 17:8. I gave them the word, and they believed that thou didst send me, because they believe in biblical prophecy. Why? Because they believed in it long before the foundation of the world, because they were chosen. When he called, they answered. When he revealed, they answered that call. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so y'all have to watch out for these things and understand these things. Let's go 2 Peter 2:21. I think what? Oh, 2 Peter. Well, let's get 2 Peter 2:1. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable hearsays, and even denying that the Lord brought them and brought up themselves and bring upon themselves destruction. Meaning that they don't believe that Yahweh Shai brought them out of Egypt. Although physically a lot of Israelites teach that they came out of Egypt through Moses. You understand me? But they don't believe that Yahweh Shai brought them out. That Yahweh Shai was the arm. Yahweh God armed is Yahweh Shai, and he led them out. You understand me? That's why it says in the scriptures they were going to turn back to Israel. Jacob's name would change to Israel. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you're going to have people that going to come and deny. You understand me? They're going to deny it. And they are called Antichrist. Okay, let's go to 1 John. Let me get wait, I'm in 1 Peter. Let me get 1 John, let's get 2 and 21. 1 John chapter 2 verse 21. I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lie is in the truth. Who is a liar but he that denieth that Yahweh Shai is Christ? He is an Antichrist that denieth the Father and Son. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father. But he that acknowledged the Son has acknowledged the Father. And what he talking about? Acknowledging biblical prophecy. Acknowledging that he came down through biblical prophecy. GMS don't believe that. They believe that Mary and Joseph, the goddess of Aphrodite, came and they had sex. You understand me? Let's go to 1 John 5, and then we're going to go to 9. 1 John chapter 5, verse 9. If we receive the witness of men, and the witness of men is the philosophy. Okay? If we receive the witness of men, The witness of Yahweh is greater, and that's divine prophecy is greater. For this is the witness of Yahweh which he hath testified of his Son. He that believeth on the Son of the Son of Yahweh hath witness in himself. He that believeth not, Yahweh hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that Yahweh gave his Son. Meaning that they call GMS, the elders, ISUPK, Nate, and all these people call Yahweh God a liar, because they deny and lie and say that Yahweh didn't send his Son, okay, through biblical prophecy. Mary and Jesus had sex, so they deny the coming of Yahweh Shai, so they deny the Father. Although they speak that knowledge of the commandments, okay, even though they still teach on the highways and byways in Israel, yet that understand that those camps is dead too. You understand me? Because those camps do not believe. Because it's not about your nationality. It's about the belief in biblical prophecy that was established to Abraham. Do you understand me? It is what it is. Because see, when you go to Deuteronomy 9 and 13, I believe with Deuteronomy 9, he put an end to that heritage and create that new nation. And that new nation that formed from that old heritage are the elect of Israel. But we're getting into all these things. You understand me? See, so you have to watch these religious events that's taking place. You have to watch these astronomical events that's taking place, because these astronomical events trigger these cataclysmic events. Stronger hurricanes, stronger tornadoes, flooding. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you have to watch out, not only religiously, not only astronomically, but politically as well. You understand me? Because all these events bring about the end. All these events brings the kingdom. You understand me? Now we in Matthew 24, and let's go up to 6. Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So you always going to hear wars and proxy wars to this day with Trump. And if J.D. Vance go back into president, or if the Democrats get back into power, you always going to have these wars, these proxy wars with Yemen, that with Turkish, Iran. So then you have World War III. All these are political events, and these political events are caused by foreign and domestic policies of these politicians. You understand me? It is what it is. All right. In fact, let me get the let's go into Haggai, back to Haggai, and we're going to get 2 and 22. Haggai, chapter 2, verse 22. Should like 2, verse 22. Haggai, chapter 2, verse 22. Let's start at 21. Haggai, chapter 2, verse 21. Speak to Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, saying, I will shake the heavens and the earth. Meaning he's going to shake the heavens and he's going to shake the earth. Basically, he's going to shake the earth to where it look like the heavens are shaking. Do you understand me? We're gonna hold that. Let's get to Matthew, and let's go to 29. Let's go to Matthew 24. We already in, and let's go to 29. Matthew 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. See, so immediately after that tribulation are those political events. You understand me? Or what you want to call Jacob trouble. They are political events that's going to take place. You understand me? To where the earth going to shake, but it's going to flip because it's going to look like the stars are falling to the ground, but they're not. You understand me? That's the earth shaking and flipping. You understand? Let's finish up that. Haggai, and then we're going to go to Isaiah 24 and think 1. Haggai, chapter 2, verse 22. I will overthrow the thrones of kingdoms, and I will destroy the strength of kingdoms of the heathen. I will overthrow the chariots and those that ride in them, and the horses and their riders shall come down, everyone by the sword of his brother. And those are political events. Why? Because they're all foreign policies that's been taking place or been implemented by these politicians. Do you understand me? It is what it is. And the strength of the heathen kingdom is the economy. Do you understand me? And all economies of these kingdoms have failed. Egypt failed because they imported more than they exported. Now Donald Trump is in the office now. He's trying to what export more than they import. So you got that tariff war, you got that trade war that's taking place globally. You understand me? Because see, Donald Trump them understand. They understand that the economy is the heart, it's the strength of the kingdom. You understand me? Because without the economy, the military is weak, and the military is no more. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so you have to watch these events that's going to take place. Matthew 24, verse 7. For a nation shall rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdoms. And those are political events and racial wars. Not skin color, but political ideology that's going to clash. Do you understand me? You have socialism, and then you have bureaucracy, okay, and they clashing. Like here in America, you see the Democrats and Republicans, they clashing ideology and political views. You understand me? That called political turmoil. So as a result of that clashing, then you're going to have mass protests, and then you're going to have a lot of riots and stuff break out, like with the George Floyd, Antifa, and all these other protests that's going to take place. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. All right, let's go back to Isaiah, because I was holding that Isaiah 24 and 1. Isaiah 24 verse 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. And he make it empty. He turning it upside down, talking about a pole reversal. So the earth going to be shaking, it's going to be flipping. So it's going to look like the stars falling, but they're not. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so these are cataclysmic astronomical events that's going to take place. You understand me? Then you got these political events, Jacob's trouble, that's going to take place. You understand me? It is what it is. Let's get let me go into the book of Daniel. Let me get the book of Daniel, 8 and 23. And then we're gonna go ahead into the we're gonna hold out and we're gonna go into the book of Revelations 13, I believe. And then we're gonna hit Revelation 13 and 6. Daniel chapter 8 verse 20. Daniel chapter 8 verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to a full, a king of fierce continuance. Now, king today is what we know as the president and the prime minister and ambassador to that country. But in America, we have a president. Let's read that again. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to a full, a king of fierce continuance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And those dark sentences are called legislations and policies and regulations that's in place. Meaning that they dark. They don't got nothing to do with the commandments. They don't got nothing to do with Yahweh God. Because the commandments is a lamp of light. Proverbs 6 and 23. Commandment is a lamp. See, so these policies of man, commandments of man is darkness. You understand? Let's finish up. Verse 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own. And his power is going to be mighty, but not by his own. You understand me? And it's not by his own, because simply to the fact that what happened is that you all are going to vote this person in the office. You understand? So he become mighty, which you all vote. You understand me? Because y'all support these politicians, y'all support legislations of these politicians, and y'all put them in office. So they have mighty powers over your ass. Because you lack understanding, because the whole game is to enslave you. Because you so-called African Americans, Spanish, Hispanics, we are the children of Israel, and the government already know this. So the whole goal is to enslave you politically and religiously, so you die night worshiping. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, you got to go back to those curses that Deuteronomy 28, because see, those curses don't got nothing to do with skin color. Those curses are economic enslavement. Okay, religious and economic enslavement. Do you understand? Verse 25. And through his policies, he shall also cause the craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. And he gonna magnify himself in the heart, meaning that he gonna be proud. He gonna be glad that these legislations are being passed. Because why? Y'all lack understanding, and you immigrants and you so-called African Americans, y'all gonna vote his ass into power. Because y'all lack understanding of the political game. So what happened is that y'all gonna enslave yourself, because see, understand, capitalism is freedom. So when you cut off capitalism, you cut off your freedom. Now y'all enslaved to the government system of man. Ex Chile, ex Venezuela, ex Colombia, ex Belgium, and all these other countries that are socialist and communist countries. You understand, man? You understand? Hey, it is what it is. Revelations chapter 13, verse 6. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in the heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And he overcame them, and he had power over all the people through legislations. Due to the fact that because of democracy, you voted his ass in office. Do you understand me? See, so y'all lack understanding of what y'all voted for. Y'all lack understanding of the game. So y'all put these wicked ass people in the power, and they turn around and enslave you. You understand me? See, so you have to watch the politicians and what they talking about and their agenda. You got to watch the Catholic Church and the religious leaders. You got to watch these politicians and their agenda and what they pushing. You got to watch the astronomical and cataclysmic events. Why? Because all things is at the end. All things going to come to an end. Do you understand me? So you have to watch, therefore. You understand me? Like what Christ said again. Let's go to let's get Luke 21 and 36. Luke 21 verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray Yahweh, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And to stand before him is to receive salvation through these events. So you have to watch these events in order to have salvation, and these events take place. You pray, and when you pray on the prophecies of Abraham, the promises that were established to Abraham. Okay, when you pray on that and you live off that. And we the elect, I'm the elect, I base my whole belief off the promises that were established to Abraham. See, I'm an Israelite that do believe Yahweh Shai came down from the heavens. And I would debate GMS, Elder Tahar, I would debate Sakari, or anyone, any camp you want to bring. I would debate them about Yahweh Shai, because neither camp can prove that Mary and Joseph had sex. You understand me? They cannot prove it. So when it comes to the gospel, the GMS, the Israelite camps, they fall victim. They fall victim in the idol worshiping. In the beginning, they idol worship, and to this day, they still in idol worshiping, because they still in disbelief. Do you understand me? Despite them having knowledge, knowing and believing is two difference. You understand me? So all Israel is not saved because they don't believe, despite them joining the camp and with fringes, despite them screaming Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. That's the only thing that they know. Esau, the white man, Israel, that's all they know. Well, when it comes to worshiping and understanding this political game, they have no knowledge. Why? Because the knowledge of prophecies of Yahweh is not being taught on the highways. Why? Because they do not believe it. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Any amount of money on it. When you go and ask Elder Tahar GMS, do y'all believe in the birth of Yahweh Shai? Came down from the Father, they're going to tell you, fuck no. Straight up off rip. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Okay, see, so all these events is going to take place. Let's go back to Matthew 24 and let's get the let's get let's go into Proverbs 4 and 23. We're going to get that right quick. Proverbs 4 and 23. We're going to get Proverbs 4 and 23. And then we're going to go into the book of John, the 12th chapter. And then we're going to get John 12 and 12 and 25. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and back in to the book of Luke. '21 and 34, but we're going to start with Luke 21 and 34. Luke 21, verse 34. Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, and with drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that the day come upon you unawareness. For as a snare shall it come upon all them that dwell on the face of the earth. Okay, now you have to take heed and that you won't get wrapped up into the lifestyle, the ideology of America, or the ideology, lifestyle of the world, of the politicians. You understand me? Because these events going to creep up on you unawareness, because you don't know how these events going to play out, when the ground going to crack open. You don't know what comet or asteroid going to fall from the sky. Do you understand me? You don't know what type of hurricane going to hit the southern states of America. That's going to they're going to cause trillions of dollars in damages, because it was a category 6 hurricane. You understand me? Midwest, category 6 hurricane, tornadoes. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so you can't be drunken off the protests. You can't be drunken off the cares of this world. You understand me? And the cares of the world goes with their lifestyle, economically, religiously, politically. Y'all are into the world. Y'all are into the material matters, and all material matters has come to an end, because we are at the end of biblical prophecy. You understand me? So you can't be drunkenness and intoxicated with all these movements and protests that y'all are into. You understand me? All these doctrines and videos that y'all watching, y'all run over here, y'all run over there. Y'all not stable. Okay? You understand me? It is what it is. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. See, so out of the heart come the issues of life. And no issues of life are philosophical issues. They don't have nothing to do with God, as far as housing, economic, and whatnot, politically. You understand me? So out of the heart flow the issues of life. So you have to take heed and don't get overcharged, and don't get wrapped up into these movements, and to make a life better for America, to make your life better, to live a life better here in America. Because see, at the end of the day, that make America great again is basically it's bullshit. And what I mean by bullshit is that it gonna come to that make America again is come to the mark of the beast, because y'all gonna end up worshiping America. Y'all gonna end up worshiping that beast. Y'all gonna end up worshiping that politician. Why? Because he put his powers is through legislations and policies. And with the help of Congress and y'all vote, y'all want to be amazed and worship America. You understand me? Y'all already making America great again by worshiping. Not understanding that America is a religious country. Yes, it's a religious country, and it's in Christianity. But understand, so-called African Americans and the minority that's over here jumping that southern border, we are the children of Israel. You understand me? And the government, the Edomites, they already know this. You understand me? Because they know biblical scriptures. Okay? They knew that the Northern Kingdom was over here. Christopher Columbus, Amerigo Vespucci, Ferdinand Magellan. All these people already knew. Okay, what the play is. You understand me? John chapter 12, verse 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it. He that hated his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. Because why? All things going to come to an end. The car, the lifestyle, the clothes, the living, all material mind is going to come to a close. You understand me? Because see, you understand you live in a matrix. Okay? Because everything that you see is not real. You understand? Life is about worshiping Yahweh God. You understand me? That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, y'all die. Why? Because the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, and that lust is going to go away. It's going to come to an end. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so if you love your lifestyle, you're going to lose it when it comes time for these political events, due to the fact of that you are wrapped up in to these social issues, these protests, these movements, to where when these events take place, you're going to die. You understand me? Let me see if I can get one more. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go back to Matthew 24, and then we're going to go to we're going to start at verse 36. Matthew 24, verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So that means we don't know when the ground going to crack open, or when these events is going to take place, astronomical, and they already taking place political. We don't know that. Do you understand me? See, so that's why you have to watch. Okay? You understand? Yeah, let's finish up. Matthew 24, verse 37. But as the days of Noah, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as the days that they were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Now let's go down to verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such as an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man coming. See, so you don't know. So you have to be watched. You have to watch these events that take place and not get wrapped up into these social protests and movement. You understand? You can't get wrapped up into that. See, so you can't. Let's read that again. Verse 39. And they knew not, Matthew 24, verse 39. And they knew not until the flood came and took them away. So shall it be the coming of the Son of Man be. See, so you have to be ready, because you don't know when this these events is going to take place. So you have to continuously to watch, and y'all don't know what to watch for, because it's not taught in the churches, and it's not taught on the highways and byways. So you don't know what to watch for. You understand me? You don't know the Bible. You don't know what to watch for. You don't understand the scriptures. You just know what you was told and what you done read and what you believe. But knowing and believing is two different. You understand me? Because a lot of people don't believe despite of their faith and confessions. You understand me? Hey, it is with us. See, so just like they didn't know, they're going to come and take them away. And that's what's going to happen. These defense going to come and swipe your ass away. So you need to learn and understand what y'all worshiping.